2026 is not the year to rely on outdated e-commerce strategies. In this video, I'll explain to you what works at the moment, what you should be focusing on, and how you can scale your brand into 2026. I'll cover paid media, retention, creative, and strategies. So let's get right into it. Let's start with why 2025 strategies are failing. So the main thing is that Meta did introduce a huge update called Andromeda, and it completely changed the way Facebook ads works and how you should be optimizing them. Also, a lot of businesses are still focusing on the basic metrics like ROAS, which does not work anymore if you really want to scale. Which brings me to my first point for paid media: efficiency first, scale second. You need to understand your metrics. You need to know if you're profitable on your first order. You need to know your lifetime value of a customer. You need to know your new customer acquisition cost and all of the metrics that come with it. You need to know if you're profitable when you're acquiring customers, because based on that, it will completely change the way you should be working on your ads and what you should be doing with your marketing in general. For example, if you're not first order profitable and you have low LTV, it's really hard to scale. You might see a really good ROAS because you're going to be targeting, for example, your existing customers. You're not going to be spending as much on acquisition. So your ROAS will look good, but on the back end, you'll be losing money. And if you don't pay attention to that, you eventually bleed out. Pillar number 2 is retention. You need to use it as a growth lever, not as an afterthought. Retention is probably one of the easiest way to generate revenue for your business, and you should not neglect it. You must have your core flows and you must be sending frequent campaigns. The way we structure the strategies with our clients is we use paid media for acquisition only, and then we use email and SMS marketing to generate revenue from our existing customers. There's a lot that you can do with your email and SMS marketing, and I have separate videos on that. I'll pop up the thumbnails of those videos around the screen so you can go and check them after this video. Pillar number 3 is creative over audiences. This brings me back to the Andromeda update, and now creative matters a lot more than before. Again, in 2025, creative was the main thing that you had to focus on with your paid media, but now that's more true than ever. The small difference that comes to the creative part is that volume doesn't matter as much, but you need diversity. You can't run the same creatives and expect good results. You need to have diversity. You need to be testing different backgrounds, different fonts, different text overlay, different offers, because now the way targeting works in Meta is with the creatives. Meta will analyze your creative and is going to show it to the people Meta thinks is going to resonate the most. So let's say, for example, you want to target women 30 to 40 with children. You need to adjust your creative to speak to that persona and also your ad copy. If something works, you need to create iterations on it, and with the iterations, don't just change the text overlay. Change the background, change the model in the picture if there is one, so it looks like it's a completely new concept. And last but not least, we have systems beat tactics. You need to have a system for everything. You need to have a system for when you should be scaling. You need to have a system for iterating creatives. You need to have a system for creating new concepts, because that is what is going to allow you to scale your business. Little tricks like changing the call to action or changing slightly the copy is not going to work anymore, unfortunately. And now you need to really put effort into creative and how you systemize everything in your business, from paid media to retention to the metrics that you track on your backend. You need to have a system. If you're not first order profitable, what are the changes that you're going to be making? If you have a winning creative, how you're going to scale it, how you're going to iterate on it, and the list goes on. That was about it for this video. I hope you found value. These are the things that you should be focusing on in 2026 if you want your business to succeed. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.